I'm Nalini Nanjundayya. I'm the founder trustee of the Lalitha Subbarao Nanjudayya Memorial Trust. It's called LSN Trust for short. We started this in the year 2013, but our activities really started in the year 2000 when we operated all our activities under the banner of 4S Foundation. With my father, Mr. Subbarao, and just four of us together, we were doing a lot of work with the State Home for Women. So we got associated with the State Home for Women when we met the then Principal Secretary, Shobha Nambisan, who was very, very kind enough to say that, look, why don't you work with all the people of the State Home who are destitute and give them income generation program, give them training to make them self-sufficient. So with her guidance and help, we started working with the destitutes of the State Home. Now, they were very traumatized women. They were actually abused, maybe tortured, abandoned. So our first step really was to get them mentally conditioned to start work and training. So we started with the Bihar School of Yoga, where we taught them yoga, meditation and other self-healing methodology to just calm them down and prepare them for going to a program. We interviewed them and we found that what were their skill sets. So some people were educated. We introduced them to Montessori schools, where we created a program called the Montessori Assistance Program, where they would work with Montessori teachers as their assistants and help them in their work. So that was one of them. The second was that we had the beauticians. There were some people who liked beauty care and they were really very good at it and they enjoyed their work. So we taught them beauticians work and decided that we'll place them in beauty parlors because that was a very lucrative trade. There were some who were very diffident, because of their experiences. So for such women, we decided that we will teach them to make candles, make paper bags, make files and things like that. So the candle making was they loved making the candles, so that was a good training program. So like this, we had many training programs and these were the successful ones. The not so successful ones were office assistant. We tried to get them employed in the office. But we found that they were not capable of handling that. Maybe due to lack of education or whatever, they were not able to do that. So at the end of this, we had an employment fair. We would call potential employers using all our contacts in Bangalore and we would tell them that, look, why don't you partner with us, help us, because the first job is always the difficult job. Nobody employs anybody who has no work experience. So we said, why don't you help us? So, and in this, I must say that everybody reached out and we had some very, very happy girls. Everybody, it was 100% employment. Some of our very successful stories was Vijay Lakshmi, who got employed by Rajratnam Jewelers. Today she is with Tanishq. Then we have Nirmala, who was the one who helped us create a program in Kannada. She was the one for whom we actually approached the Montessori International. And Mrs. Meenakshi Shivram Krishna was so happy to help us, and we created the first program of Montessori teaching in Kannada. So she took this training. She worked in a Montessori hospital and Montessori school, and then she started her own. And we wanted her to start her own back in her village. Now her story is interesting because she was left by her husband and thrown out of the house because she was not earning any money, had brought no money for dowry, and he married another woman because she was rich. So we trained Nirmala to become a businesswoman herself, start a school in that same village because she was pining for her children over with the husband. So when she started her school, the husband was so happy that his wife, this lady, was making so much of money that he wanted her to come back. Of course, We were not very happy about that, but she went back to her husband and she was quite happy after that. So like this, we have many successful stories. We also tried our hand with teaching these girls to look after patients at homes. A program which we called Home Care for the Sick, where Dr. Sita Batija helped us in her hospital, and she actually put across her resources to help them. We got them to sit down and work at it, and found that they were actually earning a lot of money because they wanted roof over their head. They got a lot of money. So it was a very, very successful program. But they were not very happy about looking after sick people because they can be very crotchety and but whatever, it was a good program. So in the year 2013, we decided that, all our efforts, if we pool it in, this was our learning, that we should all work together. If we work together, then we realized that a lot more can be done. A bigger and a better reach would be there. So in the year 2013, we started what was called the Lalitha Subbarao Nanjudayya Memorial Trust. The same Forest Foundation, now renamed as the Lalitha Subbarao, and with a new set of rules, we registered this organization, and because we wanted to get more people into it. And this was in the name of my mother Lalitha and my father Subbarao. So my mother Lalitha Subbarao was very keen that we should uplift women. The whole concept was that we should work with women and girl child, so that if you look after one woman, educate her, teach her to be independent, that family is sorted, is our belief, that she will never let her family starve. She will make sure that her children are employed and the country will improve. So with that in mind, we started Lalitha Subbarao Nanjundayya found a memorial trust, which is now fondly called LSN Trust because the name is too large. So our first project as LSN Trust was actually the starting of a clinic. We partnered with Raja Rajeshwari Hospital on the Mysore Road. It was our property and their infrastructure. They provided the doctors and some medicine and medical care, and our understanding was that we would set up a clinic for them, so that 7 villages around this clinic, which is on the Mysore Road, there are so many villages and no hospitals. So the Raja Rajeshwari Hospital decided that whoever needed medical care, we would have the doctor there available at the clinic, and any serious case would be taken to the Raja Rajeshwari Hospital and treated free of cost, so that there will be medical assistance available to the 7 villages around. That's a very successful program that's going on extremely well. The next project that we took on was a donation of a playground to a poor government school in Kanakpura called the Adarsh Vidya Mandir. Now here there was no playground, and we believe that play is equally important in terms of education and for the development of the child. There has to be some playground, there has to be some other facilities available to them. So that was another thing which the children loved. The third project we took on was to build a dining hall in the premises of the Rotary Bangalore Vidyalaya School, which is a school for children of these construction workers and people who are on the street. The idea of that school that Rotary has is to keep them occupied while their parents are away earning a living, so that they don't get into mischief or violence or into criminal activities. So this school needed a dining hall because the children would sit on the mud and they would eat. They would wash their hands, everything, all very nicely, stand in line. But what would happen is that they would sit on the mud. Again, the food is all muddy and they were getting sick. So we from the LSN Trust created the dining hall for the Rotary Bangalore Vidyalaya School. And that is extremely popular and the children love it. Now, a little later after that, we decided that, we need to, we are assisting in building infrastructure, but we need to pull more people into this idea of service. I came across a lot of women who are actually interested in doing some service, but they don't know how, they didn't know how, what to do, where to do, how to go about it. So we decided that we from the trust will do something and check out how we can take this further. So I have a group of friends, and through all these friends we put together 12 very powerful women of substance who are doing extremely well for themselves. At the same time, they have taken on some kind of social service or social work which is helping the community, but without any commercial gain to themselves. So that was our idea, that you should be a busy woman, you should have your own enterprise, but at the same time you should be able to do something for the needy. So with keeping this in mind, we got our 12 women and we decided to showcase them in a calendar, which we thought would inspire others and let it snowball. Now the good part of it, the great part of it, the calendar has just been launched. But already from 12, we are now 24 women. And all 24 have agreed that they will help out and they will assist in a cause. So now collectively we are supporting 8 children in a foster home. These are children who are abandoned and picked up and kept in one of these homes run by in a convent, and so they don't have money for their education and food. So we are supporting them by giving them the money for the education, the money for their medical bills, and their food and anything else they may require. And not only is it just giving them money, I would like them, and we all believe, the 12 of us women believe, that we should try and mentor them. Like, we have developed so many skills which nobody will teach them. So we got to teach them a lot of things in etiquette, in behavior, in ethics, in values, maybe how to health and hygiene, maybe how to cook, maybe how to make, set a table, all the things that we would normally teach our child. So we have decided that we will, in rotation, spend some time with them. So that's one of our very exciting projects. We are very thrilled about it. Now, some of the ongoing projects that we have, which is a yearly project, is Grant a Wish program. This is for the orphans who are in the orphanages of Bangalore. They give us a wish list and we provide them gifts in Christmas over a very nice Christmas party where a lot of the expat community also help, and donation of cakes and food and everything and all that. So that's one more thing. And finally, we have had lots of people who are interested in supporting us in their own way. One of them being the famous artist Shanre, whose artwork she said, I will give you as a print, you sell something and use it for the education of these children. So she's given us that. We also have her daughter who designed using her mother's stick figures, the sketches, and she has designed a mug and a notebook for us. So that is also, we are putting it up for sale. So whoever would like to support the cause will buy some of these things, and we are adding more and more things, but this is just the beginning. And what I'd like to end with is to say that it is a movement. We want to get loads of people involved. We want to get men and women also involved. And we want to do things which will benefit women and children and improve the lot of people who are needy. And I feel it is the responsibility of each one of us to do so, because we cannot just think about our own selves. We need to think of the less fortunate and do something in our own little way. I'd like to invite any one of you who are interested in supporting this cause, who want to join in with us, who want to be a part of all of us, to please visit our website, which is www.lsntrust.org.in, and to write to us at info@lsntrust.org.in, or you can write to me directly at nanjundayya.nalini@gmail.com, which is nanjundayya.nalini@gmail.com. We look forward to people supporting us, joining us, and let's make the world a better place. Thank you very much.